think it is with the USC Trojans. High expectations coming into this season, with the number one recruiting class we have. And for me, it's playoff or bust. It might be different for some USC fans out there. They want to give Lincoln grace and Chad Bowden grace because I guess we haven't used the booster money that we've had, and now this is the first year we get to use the booster money, and administrators were hesitant to use the boosters, so now we get to use them. But for me, that's kind of an excuse as to why we've lost in the big games last year. Notre Dame was a winnable game last year until Lincoln did what he did with Makai Lemon, throwing the ball with gloves on in the rain, and he fumbles the ball. We were driving down the field up until that point. And Oregon game, you have some bad play calls there when a trick plays, and I get it. We probably didn't have all the personnel to beat Oregon anyways, but it's tough after all these losses, even with the Caleb Williams era. What we had, I mean, losing to Utah 3 times in a row. There's no really excuses for that. So coming into this, so Chad Bowden wasn't there for all those years, but we did have a different DC, and a lot of people did like D'Anton Lynn. I didn't really like D'Anton Lynn. I mean, the product on the field was still the same to me. The defense was still giving up a whole bunch of points. What I want to see from the defense is next year when we have those out of conference games like Fresno State and some other small opponents, can we hold them to 10 or 10 to points or a shutout or 3 points? Last year Georgia Southern scored 17 on us, and it was like a 20-yard touchdown. And then I think we had some other games in there. Northwestern, we could have held them to 0 points or under 10 points, and we let some touchdowns slip away from us. So this year, and Chad Bowden, he doesn't like how he can't. Come on, Notre Dame's our biggest rival, guys. Like, let's be real here. Like, it has to throw you off a little bit, or you have to side eye how he came to USC. It's just like, ugh, like, bro, like, really, like, you don't like. I don't think in the history of college football, you haven't seen Alabama or Auburn. Like, you've seen players switch sides, but you haven't seen an administrator or a coach switch sides from a rival school. Like, that's huge to me a little bit. So you gotta side eye, like, why are you gotta question why are you really here at USC? Yes, we are in LA. Yes, we provide a lot of things to do for your family. Then Indiana can't. South Bend, Indiana is probably a lot real boring, and it's just Notre Dame all the way over there. So you come over here and there's a lot of bright stuff to do. And that's what I got to question, because if it's not about football, then why are you really here? It's like you're really here for the scenery and everything. Like, we don't really need a guy like that, but he's proven himself at Notre Dame. He's had top 12 recruiting classes in the past few years when he was at Notre Dame, and then he brought those teams to a national championship, eventually losing to Ohio State. And so, yeah, it's just because Lincoln got the same deal too. Lincoln might be in that LA, he might be trapped or in a trance right now, just because I think USC gave him 2 houses, a private jet, and some other things too. So it's like, hey, I think they all meet up at Lincoln's house too for get-togethers or recruitment, things like that. You know, you can't really show them no championships because you got no Pac-12 championship, no nothing. So it's like, yeah, man, you showing them scenery, but we can't. You got to take the LA out of football. Not LA, just LA from the kids a little bit. The scenery, what LA brings, and things of that nature. Miami, they work hard for Miami. If you get what I'm saying, they work hard for their scenery. LA it doesn't seem like we're working hard for our scenery out here. So we'll get into what Chad Bowden's talking about in his first interview with USC. I know he did a Josh Pate interview. I don't really know much about this guy. I didn't see the Josh Pate interview. Shout out Josh Pate and what he does. Love what he doing. Uh, Yeah, that's all good. Let's go.
I Trust Capital, the official crypto platform
Don't
of the
get on me for
USC
my mic,
Trojans
man.
in
I mean, not
football.
my mic,
Wrapping
but
up
my
here.
earbuds.
So many positive things to talk about, Chad, around this program. The recruiting class, staff changes, just a ton of momentum as we head into the summer, as we head into another
And before, my bad for pausing it, but that's what I got a question too. Why is Gary Patterson here? Is Gary Patterson just here to look for another head coaching job in the next 2 to 3 years? If he does a good job at USC, if he doesn't do a good job, you know what's going to happen to him. So it is if he hopefully like Gary Patterson's looking for you know this to be like maybe his final job. I know he's probably like if he does a really good job, people are going to be calling. So that's just the name of the game. But
a big season. What are you seeing in terms of alignment across the football program and the entire athletic department?
Yeah, I mean, I think you look at the resources that were poured into this football program, not just staff, but our players. We had such a great off season and retention. You saw obviously we have the most starters returning.
and with yes, we have some starters returning, but on offense, we need some defensive players. We got to see what our defense is going to be really young this year. Our portal class is iffy, but with Notre Dame, the Notre Dame rivalry ending and everything like that, like our biggest rival is Oregon now, and I can't talk crap. Like the USC fans on Twitter is terrible because there's no sense coming in. I get it; it's a lot of meat riders and a lot of people who I don't know, just don't care about the facts of everything. We haven't beaten Oregon in a couple years. We need to get back to beating Oregon or becoming a premier program like we are, USC. We need to win games, win premier games, so we can try and talk trash back. And a lot of the premier games that we have, we can't get that. Like I don't want to brag about the victory bell at UCLA all the time. Like, come on, bro. Like UCLA doesn't recruit like how we recruit. They don't have the players how we have the players. They're not ranked every year like we're ranked in the beginning of the year sometimes when we shouldn't even be ranked in the beginning of the year. But yeah, man.
In the Big Ten, obviously we have a great recruiting class that just came in. You look at between Coach Riley, Jen Cohen, myself. There's just such great alignment that you see in this program, and you could just feel it in the building right now. There's a lot of really great positive things that are happening, and I just can't wait to get to fall camp.
Recruiting continues to be one of the most important.
That's how every what's it called starts though. That's how every spring and off season vibes are high. Maybe some places. See the thing I'm learning about college ball right now is the coaches will tell you, hey, everything's looking good, but they might have a quarterback in there that they really don't like and they're stuck with them for the rest of the year or whatever. So those are some funny things to watch out for if coaches are like, yeah, hey, our guys is looking good and they're not really into it. Just read the body language. But and then you see like, oh, this guy's actually, oh, he bad.
Parts of college football.
No.
In your opinion, what separates those top programs in terms of recruiting?
Well, I think it's coaches that are willing to build genuine relationships. We got some phenomenal coaches. I look at Trevon Reed. I look at guys like Chad Savage. These guys are phenomenal recruiters because they really care about the kids. And then you look at our front office guys like Dre Brown, Weston, Dog, Max. These guys they care about young people. And when you have a staff, when you have a coaching staff, a front office, every member of the program that truly cares about helping these kids.
See his fit. I don't know. I'm not going to brag on his fit or bag on his fit right now, but he look like a tech dude. Like I need you looking like Kirk Cousins out here recruiting these kids, okay? You know? No, I'm playing. I'm
Kids reach
playing.
their
But
full potential, that's when you have
shout
something
out
really
Chad.
special. And I think the kids that we're recruiting, they feel it, they know it, and it's a credit to the coaches, credit to the front office, credit to everybody in the building, for where this program's going, where it's heading.
You're listening to USC football general manager Chad Bowden here on Trojans Live, and as we go into this massive season ahead, we were having a long conversation on this show, looking at the schedule and sort of breaking it down. Yeah, how do you view it when you look at the schedule ahead? Is
If he doesn't say the thing I notice most is no Notre Dame, Yeah, true USC, homie. You ain't a true USC person, homie. I mean, we already see they ain't really no true USC people up in there with the decisions they kind of made to get this rivalry ended. They said only week 0, or you like Marcus Freeman said anytime, place, anywhere, and it's like not really anytime, any place. Well, it's like week 0, but you could have played them earlier. I mean, later in the season, but you said, oh, my schedule's too hard, so it's like y'all ended it, bro. I'd say 70-30 us, Notre Dame.
Is there ways
The
that
schedule's perfect. It's exactly what this program needs it to be. I think the Big Ten did a great job.
Perfect? Perfect? Really? I wouldn't say perfect. We're ducking. Yes, we're ducking as a premier program. Do you ever hear Alabama? I mean, yes, they're complaining about the 9-game schedule. Cool. But it's not about the opponent. It's about the 9 game. You never hear about the opponent ever. ACC don't got Ohio State, Michigan. You don't hear them. Oklahoma. They had Oklahoma last year. They said, we'll go do that. Owen Norman and go lose with the freshman quarterback. They said, we'll go do it. Chad, you should have rethought your words. Perfect is not the word I would call this schedule. I'm very disappointed. This is terrible. Yeah, I guess the Big Ten did do a good job. Indiana, Oregon, Ohio State. Oh yeah, you got your work cut out for you now. So,
I've had a lot of different people come up to me, whether
oh
it's
look,
donors, fans, a
geez,
lot of different people have
what an
talked to me about the
answer.
schedule. We don't need excuses. That's not what we're looking for. We're ready. This is a great football team. They love each other.
Was there an excuse when you didn't want to play Notre Dame later in the season? I'm a USC fan, but I'm just stating facts. We did not want to play them later in the season because we had a schedule. You wanted to play in week 0 in Mexico for some reason. Why? I don't know. You could have played them at Notre Dame, at our house, but now we're not playing them at all because you wanted to play in week 0. And your backup or your counter take is Marcus Freeman said any put time, any place, anywhere. But that's just dumb. I don't just play them how we regular play them. You know that one should be rivalry week. I know I'm beating that drum right now, but uh, the rivalry with Notre Dame should be rivalry week instead of UCLA. That's just my opinion.
It's a great staff. It is the most perfect schedule for this program, and we cannot wait to play in those games.
and it's
You see, they like to draw like politics and all these big company boys. Like you want to drive a narrative, bro. Like perfect. I'm not gonna buy into you making it seem like it's a perfect schedule because it's not. We don't have our biggest rival on there, brother. Like,
such a huge opportunity in
oh,
the Coliseum, and we are just going
Oh,
to have some massive games. And when
let's
you
go.
when you think about getting fired up, I mean that's what it is for so.
oh, I gotta make it bigger. I don't think y'all saw what he did. That was funny. That was funny. Oh my god, man. Look, jeez. Look at this. Let me. Yeah. Yeah, guys.
It's such a huge opportunity in the Coliseum, and we are just going to
Oh,
have some massive
Look at this
games.
guy.
And
Look at this little bounce.
when you
Let's
think about
go.
getting fired
Let me
up,
look at
I
the
mean
camera.
that's what it
Let me
is
look
for
at the
so many
camera,
people,
dude.
right? Just the
Fuck
opportunity
yeah. So
about
fucking
getting
ready.
fired up. I mean that's what it is for so many people, right? Just the opportunity that the schedule lays out for us.
absolutely. To be able to
Hey,
have some of those games, at home, and we all know those games, right? And we have the best fan base in the country. We do, and some of the games last year, I look at that Michigan game. That game to me was what I always.
about that. About that Michigan game, buddy. Um, yeah, they had a freshman quarterback. They had in that game, so it wasn't really much expected from that Michigan side. It was a down year for them. Now it's the second year for Bryce Underwood and what they got going on over there. And maybe all the stuff that was happening at Michigan was in the beginning. Maybe some of the players knew about it in the beginning of the season. We don't know what was going on in there. They didn't have all the players that, a lot of guys drafted the year before. The defense wasn't up to par. So I get it. It was that Michigan game. They weren't ranked, but that game, it was a must win for us. And like, we should have won that game regardless. Like, that, if we lost that game, I would have been like, mad. The outside country thinks that we should have lost. Like, they're probably expecting Michigan just to win that game because it's just Michigan and probably how last year went. But last year's game was close too. So we ran the ball on them a lot. So hopefully this year, we can have some games like that too. But I'm looking at our defense, man. Defense has to be up to par this year. It's like Lincoln Riley can Mike Leach his ass off to death. I don't care, but you got to fix the defense. Like, come on.
Always felt USC,
Yeah.
was like, back in the early 2000s. And I think we're going to have that type of atmosphere all year long
I'm
this year
hungry.
because I think people know what we're going to do
Hella
this year.
hungry right now.
And I really look forward to seeing the Collie lit for some of these games.
Yeah, that crowd.
That crowd, bro, show up. Show up. If you're a USC fan, we gotta show up, bro. We got no excuses this year. We gotta show up, bro. I was looking at what was it called? The Georgia Southern game. I know it was Georgia Southern, but the beginning of that game, my goodness, didn't pull up nobody. You go to Nebraska, yeah, up and down. That's Wisconsin. Jump up and down or whatever. But even Wisconsin, bro, like, what are we talking about? I get it. It's the only thing in the state, cheese and football. But come on, you have to show up, bro. Like, there's too many people in Southern California for us not to go. I get it. A lot of people may have not gone to USC. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, bro. Pick up your team. The Rams, they're not a real team, bro. They left us. They went to St. Louis and they came back. You know what I'm saying? USC never left us. The real team of LA. Let's go.
Out against Michigan was special.
Unbelievable.
With the
The real
Bloom
football team.
football facility building almost done, where does that serve as a resource in terms of helping this program?
Well, I mean, our guys, they're in the facility 24/7, so it's such a great benefit, for their experience, the student athlete experience, to be in the facility, the type of recovery that's going to be in there, the new tech that we have, the type of investment that's in that building. People don't understand. Like, they think they're in a bunch of different places on campus. They're mostly housed right in that football facility. So for us to be able to have that for our guys, it's really gonna change the game for this.
That's dope, man. New facility. That probably would have got a lot of new recruits too, man. It's in house. It's probably gonna be looking like new apartments and stuff. Ooh, it's gonna be lit at
And I mean, obviously,
USC,
we're in
boy.
there 24/7 too. We don't leave, so it's going to be
Yeah.
awesome for staff too,
Oh, it should be.
and really look forward to seeing, the Bloom
Well, I know you got families and stuff like that, but sacrifices must be made.
opening here soon. It's going to be big time for us.
When we think about you and talk about you and your front office, we often talk about personnel and the roster and those kind of things.
Right.
What are the other things that are going on that the front office is focused on that maybe the fans don't know as much about?
Yeah, I think every year you evaluate the program and areas that it can get better. And a lot of people don't really know what that looks like. For us, we as a program, Coach Riley, we had a lot of discussions this offseason about what we can do that's best for our players. And we've increased our nutrition budget, and Rachel Suba has been phenomenal. And now what we're doing.
Like, we're in LA, bro. We should have the best nutrition. So if you're up in it again, I mean, that's like I don't know. Like, you should have sponsorships. Okay, like, how many restaurants and how much food is in LA, bro? Like, we shouldn't be having nothing. Like, smoothies should be free. Okay, acai bowls should be free. That's all I'm saying.
Doing with the
Ooh,
players. Meals are a little
chilly,
bit
cold,
different,
hungry.
so we've increased our nutrition
Oh,
budget. We've
it
also
don't feel
increased our equipment
good,
budget
man. It don't feel
to
good.
where our guys are getting more gear because we care about them, and it's always special. I want more gear too.
Send some my way. Shoot, I want some free gear one day, man.
You know what I mean? I want more gear too. So just trying to do certain things for our players, right? We've taken the coaches off the road. Our coaches won't be really on.
See, back in the day, if I was a recruit, that's the only thing I would ask for. I mean, how much gear I'm getting? Because that's like I guess the only free thing you can probably get is gear and clothes and stuff like that. When pre NIL, so it'd be like, hey, hook me up with them Bama gloves, hook me up with them, Nike Tech, whatever.
The road as much anymore because they're going to be here with our players. Because that's what this is about. It's about where are you investing your time, and that's what we really looked at this offseason to try to enhance this football.
Shoot in and out, probably like a mile away, 2 miles away. Everything's probably close distance. You shouldn't, leave for the beach in Lincoln Riley's house. That's all you should be leaving for. All about the ball here. That's all we doing. Get into it. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no pheasants to hunt like in Midwest country and things like that. Ain't hunting season out here, so no excuses when it comes to ball. The only excuses you have is maybe pulling a Kirby Smart and crashing or whatever. But don't do that.
Program, and I'm fired up. You look at the job that Coach True's done down there in the weight room with these guys, the culture, where things are. I mean, it's night and day, and he's done a phenomenal job. You look at
Okay. Uh, Sounds good.
even what we're doing with our players right now. They're doing player events with each other now more than they ever have. They're going to Top Golf. They're going bowling. They're going to a place called Cosm. I've never been there, but I heard it's unbelievable.
Cosm, yeah, I gotta go too. Cosm looks sick.
It looks unbelievable,
Yeah.
right? But like it's about investing in these in our players,
Bond,
guys.
the
And
brotherhood,
on the flip
the
side of it, recruiting,
family.
it's like recruiting's one thing, but don't you want your coaches and don't you want staff to be with your kids more when they're actually there?
Yep.
Like, isn't that what this is all about? Is developing them while they're here, and that's what we've done. And I think it's going to pay huge dividends. It's a credit to every single department. Our player development department's taken another step up. We have more player development events for our players, enhancing them more off the field. Whether it's financial literacy or gambling education. I mean, we're doing everything we can to help our guys become so well-rounded. It's a credit to Clark Stroud and his player development staff. There's just so much going on in the program. I can't emphasize enough that is completely aligned. That there's a method to a madness. There's just so much going on that you can feel so positive. I wish
There's so much going on. Yeah, it's LA, homie. Yeah. Big difference from Notre Dame, isn't it? Huh? That's what I'm seeing from you. That's what, hey, all you freaking out of state people ruining California, man. Can't even have my state to myself no more. Because y'all just want to, overcrowd the streets, parking spaces. My gosh, can't even drive in, you know, LA or Southern California without, you know, peace and quiet or just the open road, man. Shit, you got to wait till nighttime. But yeah, man, big difference from Notre Dame, isn't it? There's so much to do, and I get it. It's USC, and we're building stuff right now too. So
people
it's
can
not just
feel
LA.
what's going on inside these walls because it truly is special. It's going to be an unbelievable season.
And it's funny as you talk, it makes me think of the power of this city too. With so many of the things you listed, just
Best city in the world.
are not available in other places.
Yeah, I bet it is to you out of staters,
Right? I mean, there's just so many
losers.
opportunities to develop the well-rounded student athlete here than there are other places.
That's right. Our players, they're going to be the most well-rounded in the country. You know what I mean? Because we have the type of resources that no one does, and we're utilizing them, and it's only going to be better for our guys, for them in the future.
In terms of this weekend, spring football wrapping up, Fan Appreciation Day, Swim with Mike, what's there to look forward to this weekend?
Well, first off, we have the best fans.
No, I would say we have the best fans, but that's just not a true statement. And USC fans can eat me up all they want. Like, cool. Like, I'm a USC fan. I'm a diehard. I'm a diehard for my USC. It's been getting hard to become a diehard fan, but I wouldn't say we just have the best fans. If we don't show up every week, if you don't see us like that, if we're not supporting our team like other programs are, and if you're not putting like in-game interactions where you can do with the fans, like we need more in-game interaction with the fans or some entrance, more new entrance ideas for the team. I wouldn't call us the best fans. We need some work done to us, right? We need to show up to the games first of all, first and foremost, but. Let's rewind that a little bit.
In terms of this weekend, spring football wrapping.
Oh, and spring ball. That's another thing. Where are we at with that? I don't think we're having a spring game. I think it's just meet and greet with the players, probably. Hopefully some people. I might show up to that. Shoot, if they allow me in the door, the way I'm talking right now. Shoot, hopefully they don't see this. So,
Fan Appreciation Day, Swim with Mike. What's there to
but
look
I
forward
keep it
to
cheap.
this weekend?
I'm
Well,
keeping it G
first off, we
real.
have the best fans in the country. We do. There's nothing
Just
like
keeping
the
it G
USC
real,
football
man.
fan base. So this is going to be it's a really big deal for us because we're going to take the time. Our players are going to take the time. They're going to take hours of their day to be with our fan base. They could truly get to know them, get around them. I know there's going to be like face painting and stuff going on. I mean that's I might even get my face painted. It's going to be awesome, and I can't wait to see our fan base show up. Our players are excited; they're talking about it. And then obviously the swim with Mike thing is it's a huge deal.
Yeah, I gotta find out the date for that because I'm gonna pull up. Hey, yes, sir.
The
Gotta
cause
support.
it's a great charity
If I say
event.
I'm
We look
gonna do
forward.
it,
Our
I'm gonna
guys are
do it.
going to be there. I'm going to ask a couple guys to go off the high dive. I'll go off if they make me go off too. But it's going to be a phenomenal event. We're excited for it. We're really excited for Saturday, and hopefully our fans will show up and be there because our players are really.
Thank you. Emphasize that. Don't. Hey. Okay. Okay. I take it back. I take it back. You can call us the best fans in the world because now, because you looked in the camera, you said our fans show up, show up. Yeah, we're gonna show up to this A Day or whatever it's called, this meet and greet. Yeah, homie. You gotta talk to him like a Mexican. Hey,
Excited. This is one of
Holmes.
those
Gotta
years where
show
if
up to
you're a
him.
fan, don't show up in December. Please show up. Show up now.
Make the statement. Make the point. Make the point. I hope a lot of USC fans see this right here. Make the point. Show up now. It starts now. Every college team they say it. It doesn't start when the season starts. It starts in spring, homie. We gotta show up all the time. So shout out Chad. Yes, I take my statement back. We are the best fans in the world. Thank you, Chad.
And
Thank you,
then
Chad.
as you show up now, hopefully we'll see you there that first game in August, and then we'll get this
Saying
thing
some good
get this
things
thing
right now,
rolling.
Chad. I
I
like
should have
it.
looked it up.
I
Do you know how
like
many
it.
days are left till kickoff? It's got to be something like 125, 150, or something like that.
Something like that. It's
And I'm counting
hey,
them, ready to go.
absolutely.
Appreciate your
Good
intensity
God.
always, your excitement.
Yes, sir. And that is Chad Bowden. It was great to see some Chad Bowden, uh, getting some questions off or questions that I had in my head. Now he kind of answering some of those, but they didn't really ask about his stint at Notre Dame, now coming to USC. Maybe he did a podcast 3 years ago now, 2 years ago when he rejoined us. Just let me know your thoughts on Chad Bowden. What do you think? Is he authentic or not? I'm drawing on like on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm gonna go to 7 with Chad Bowden. What do you got going on right now? But I thank y'all so much for tuning in with me, sticking me all to the end. And yeah,